Okay, last tutorial I talked about how we would make a portal from scratch. Before we do so, let me quickly introduce the demo CameraRig. It's a prefab you can find inside of the demo prefabs folder. It just shows a really simple CameraRig, but it can transport itself through portals. And the way it does so, let's quickly see what I mean. Okay, so right mouse click enables the mouse look. If you press escape, your mouse is free to roam around again. So we can just, transport through, stand in the middle, see ourselves. Perfect. Escape. So how does that work? Now the magic is in this portalable object, which is on our camera, because that's the part that we want to have passed through the plane of our portal, and then we transport. Now we don't want the camera to be the only thing transporting, so the transform to portal is set to the whole rig, and that's really all that's to it. So if you want to make a ball that's able to portal through, you need to make sure it has a collider, which is set to trigger, and a portalable object, and that's it. And that element, when it gets thrown through, it'll just go through. Right, so making one from scratch. I've already put my quad, simple quad here. This is just a quad I made, adding a new 3D object and then selecting quad. And the only thing I changed is I removed the mesh collider. So let's start from this one. So if we want to make a portal, we just have to attach a portal component to our quad. You'll notice there's these two messages inside of the console. A quad has a portal component but no portal surface component. Add a component to this or a child game object. We want to make something really simple, so let's just add the portal surface. There's another one, another warning here about not having a portal transporter component. But let's start with the surface. Okay, we've added the surface. It's still nagging us about the transporter, but the surface is fine. Let's add a transporter as well. Portal transporter. Okay, it keeps nagging us. These are all just hints on what you need to do. The quad has a portal transporter, but it has no trigger collider. Add a big enough collider for things to hit it before reaching the actual portal. And then it's also saying that there's no rigid body component, and we should add a kinematic rigid body. Alright, so let's do those two things as well. Let me clear the console. Let's, what did it say? Let's add a rigid body and set it to kinematic, and let's add a box collider because it said we should make this big enough for it to hit before it actually hits the wall. And you'll notice that I make this about one unit. That's because if I want to put my hand through, as long as my hand is inside of this collider, all the clone renderers, and I'll come back to that one in the next tutorial, as long as they're inside of that collider, they will be cloning themselves out of the other portal. So we want to make this as big as our hands are long. So in my case, this is more than enough. All right. So the portal surface is what defines the look of our portal. One portal is not enough, so let me rename this to portal 1 and then duplicate, rename to portal 2. So clean. We have to let portal 1 know that portal 2 is its other portal, and same for 2, other portal is 1. From the previous tutorial we already have a portal renderer, and we want all of these 4 portals. Let's move this one here. We want them to be able to see and recurse into each other. So let's drag in our portals, and you'll see that it's still not working. Why? That's because our material is not the correct material. You need to have a material that is of the based off a shader that comes with the portal. So let's go to materials, and you have the light material here. I already made a copy. Let's do that again. Let's make a copy from the light material, rename it to Real Simple Portal. Let's select our 2 portals and drag the material in this slot. And wow, lo and behold, we have our 2 Real Simple portals. So let's test this. Okay, I see a black portal. Let's walk towards it. It's fading up. That looks pretty good. So we're exiting that portal. Now we can see that one. And there's no glitches. Perfect. Okay, so now why are they black? Okay, that's because the distance at which you can look at them is not defined far enough. See how it fades to black? We want that to be a bit further away. So that's this max rendering distance. Let me put this to 15. And press play again. Okay, perfect. We can see our other portals from within these portals and move through them all without clipping. Okay, so for the next tutorial we're gonna learn how to put stuff through a portal. Thanks for watching.